on my YouTube channel so they can go back and review.
Hey,
So I have a little YouTube channel going with all these practices. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is turn on our treasures. Does everybody remember how to do that? I actually, let me share my screen real quick. I actually copied a little invocation so that we can read it together. Can you see my screen?
No.
Oh, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, let me get out of this.
You're on reverse now, Lydia.
Yeah, I'm on reverse. That didn't work. Okay,
Hmm.
here. I think I just clicked the wrong screen. Oh, but I can't minimize Zoom when I'm recording. Okay, this is the screen I want, I do believe. Now let me just see if that worked.
Yep.
Okay, so here's our treasures that we received New Year's Eve. Has everybody been practicing with them? Turning them on? Yay. Okay. So the 40,000th layer of love, forgiveness, and success. So those are amazing treasures. And of course, we're doing forgiveness right now, so it's really good to turn on that light bulb. So the way we turn them on is repeat with me. Dear my Tao love, forgiveness, and success light balls, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please activate. Please bring love, forgiveness, and success to my health and every aspect of my life. Or you can fill in your specific request there. For my ear, or whatever you want to request. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're gonna go ahead and trace calligraphy, but before we do, we're gonna do our forgiveness practice. So let's start with that. Everybody want, Master Sara, would you be willing to lead the forgiveness practice so they get a little different flavor?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And thank you
you.
to all of you. This is really nice to meet all of you. And I'm so happy that you have decided, I mean, obviously you all have probably been on the spiritual path in different ways in your lifetime. And we welcome you to learn more about the wisdom and knowledge and practices of our teacher, Dr. Master Sha. I've been with Master Sha now for about 12 years. And, my life has transformed in many, many ways because of, in large part because of forgiveness practice. And so let us open up with a forgiveness practice. So dear God, dear the divine, dear the universal force, the source, the Tao, whatever it is that you call the greatest creative force in the universe. We love you, we honor you, and we thank you and appreciate you. We ask forgiveness for all the mistakes that we have made in this life or in any previous lifetime. Mistakes that we have made consciously or unconsciously with our thoughts, our speech, our actions. We're deeply sorry for these mistakes. We understand that when we ask for forgiveness, it's not enough. That we need to also serve, to help others to become healthier and happier. And we're happy and excited to use our gifts and our talents to serve our communities, to serve our families, our pets, our workmates, to serve humanity and all souls in whatever way that we can in this very difficult time that we're all going through together here on Mother Earth at this time. We ask forgiveness of God, especially that we have not acted in loving ways to others, that we have not modeled what it is to be a person on the spiritual journey, and shown our forgiveness, shown our compassion to others when they needed it. We ask forgiveness when we have chosen our own comfort and well-being first, even in small things which may go unnoticed by others, but which we have noticed in our own heart. We ask especially for forgiveness for those things which remain hidden from everyone but heaven. We also ask forgiveness to all of the souls in this lifetime and all of our previous lifetimes, if that is part of your belief system, for any and all mistakes that we have made, that our ancestors have made, that our descendants have made, which have created or contributed to the condition that we find ourselves in on Mother Earth at this time. If we have been unloving to Mother Earth, if we have not done the simple things, if we have decided that just this week we won't bother to recycle, if we decide that just this week we will tell our boss that we're not feeling well for that extra day off, if we are short-tempered with our spouses, our co-workers, our children, or anyone else, even strangers, we ask forgiveness to all of those souls who we've encountered and mistreated in any way in any lifetime. Please forgive us. Our goal is to create a love, peace, and harmony world family where we are all connected as one in love, and where we are each contributing through our own gifts and talents, through our own passions and abilities to serve one another, to help our communities grow in love and in peace and in harmony, and to create a better world for all of us, for our children, our grandchildren, and as the First Nations people say, for 7 generations. Please forgive us. Please forgive us. Please forgive us. And we forgive all of you in turn for all the things that you may have done to hurt or harm us or our ancestors or descendants. You owe us nothing. We release you from any of the karmic bonds that hold us. Let us only join our hearts and souls together to create love, peace, and harmony. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. How?
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Mhm.
We are going to put this calligraphy on the screen, the greatest love calligraphy, and we will trace to that. So those of you that have a love calligraphy card, you can use your own or you can use the one on the screen. And Master Sara, if you will explain, oops, I did the wrong one. Love, peace, and harmony one.
That's what I'm tracing right now.
Okay. Well, either one kind of works, but all right, we're going to go with this one because that's the one I have up. So we do a say hello greeting. You see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do our 4 power techniques and say hello greeting. I'll let you lead.
Oh, you want me to lead? Okay.
Yes, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yes, we're going to say hello. Say hello. The 4 power techniques, actually, the 3 of the 4 power techniques, the body power, the mind power, and the sound power, are ancient techniques that have been used for thousands and thousands and thousands of years by people all over the world to help with their spiritual practice and to help with their healing. And the difference with Master Sha's invocation or say hello greeting that he does is that he has added the soul power. And one of the one sentence secrets of Master Sha's teaching is you heal the soul first and the mind and body will follow. And this is where Western medicine and energy medicine kind of fall short, because they have not included the soul. And everyone and everything has soul, heart, mind, and body. So we cannot forget the soul. So we address the soul, because the root cause of whatever it is that we are trying to transform is at the soul level. You know, you can work at the physical level, and you can, you know, for example, you know, just take any kind of anything that any one of you may be having right now. Say you've got a sore back, for example, and it's been going on. Say you've got a sort of chronic thing that, you know, it comes and it goes, but it's been happening like this for years. You know, you can go to the massage therapist and you can have those muscles worked out, and you can take an Advil to help, you know, remove the pain. You can go to an acupuncturist and they'll get the energy moving. And all those things will certainly are helpful. And we're not saying not to do those things. It's all about soul, heart, mind, and body. But the reason when you're only using the physical and the energetic techniques, the material and energetic techniques, the reason that it returns is because you're not addressing it at the root level. You need to address everything at the root. You want the root cause. Just like when you're weeding the lawn, you know, you can drive the lawnmower over top of the weeds and look nice and green for a couple of days. Next thing you know, you've got the yellow dandelion heads up again because you didn't go down and pull out the root. And so it is the same with this practice that we do. And we need to say hello. We need to greet those souls. Those, the souls, everything has a soul. So, you know, if you've got a bad back, then your back has a soul. If you've got sore knees, or the lady that has just had the ear treatment done, your ear has a soul. And so everything has a soul. And so a soul means it has a consciousness. It has a soul. The soul is the information, it's the message. And it has a consciousness. And so we address that soul. We also, those are called the inner souls, whatever we're addressing as far as the body part goes, or if you're addressing a relationship or some other kind of sort of human aspect of our lives. But we want to also address the holy beings. And, you know, if you're not into any type of a spiritual belief system, maybe you're just a person that absolutely loves nature. When you get out to the mountains, or you get out to the ocean, or you get out to the Great Lakes, or you get out into the local woods, wherever that is, that you feel that connection. And that is because you're connecting to the soul of that place. So we connect to whatever it is that can provide for us a more pure energy than the one that we have that is currently creating the difficulty for us. So that is the soul power that distinguishes Master Sha's work from the traditional three powers, which are done in many traditions for thousands of years. And it makes a huge, huge difference because we're in relationship with those souls. Those souls in our back, in our bad knees, in our sore ears, they are, they're a part of who we are. And everyone and everything needs love and acknowledgement. So, we can thank our ear instead of being, oh my gosh, this ear is still not working. It's still blocked. I can't hear, rather than that kind of message that we give our ear, we address the ear and we say, dear my ear, I love you. I thank you so much for trying your hardest to help me hear and understand things. Thank you so much for all the things that you've allowed me to hear in my life. I'm so grateful to you. I'm going to help now. Together, we're going to get unblocked so that you can function at your highest ability. So we communicate with them just as we would any friend or any loved one. That's the power of soul. So we'll put our hands in the body power. Body power, we're sitting up straight in our chair. We leave a little space behind us so that the energy can flow well. Your feet should be flat on the floor, so you're connecting to Mother Earth and you're bringing in the energy of Mother Earth. We want our backs to be straight, not tightly erect, but straight. And the best way to do that is to put yourself forward on your chair so that you're sitting on your sits bones, those bones at the bottom of your bum there. And when you're sitting on those at the edge here, I almost sit right over at the edge, right up to the edge, really. When you sit like that, then your back naturally goes straight and there is no effort to it. If you're sitting in a chair and you've got your bum towards the back of the chair and someone says sit up straight and you just pull your body forward, that puts a strain on the back. And so all you end up doing is getting fixated on how uncomfortable this position is instead of being able to relax into the practice. And relaxation is critical to healing. So you get yourself first into a position on your chair where you're sitting on your sits bones comfortably, where you can feel that your back is straight, your feet are on the floor, and that everything is very comfortably settled in your body. You just check in with your body and just check and see, is there any place that I still am noticing some discomfort in the way I'm sitting? Maybe you're sitting on a pillow and there's a little bit lumpy under one leg, straighten that out, get it comfortable so that you are absolutely comfortable and able to relax. Then we put our hands, one hand on the lower abdomen near the navel, by the navel, and the other hand on the part of the body which you would like to transform. If you are working on a relationship tonight, you put your hand over your heart, or the message center, as Master Sha calls it. This is where the messages, all of the messages come into our heart center, our message center, heart chakra. If you're not particularly concerned with any kind of ache or pain or anything this evening, simply put your hands in the yin-yang palm position. Left hand, you grab the left thumb with the right hand. You wrap the fingers of the left hand around that, and then you put the knuckle of the right hand into the navel and just roll down slightly. That puts you immediately in front of what is called the lower dantian. This is our core energy center. And you don't want to be pressing it against your body. You want it just sort of gently floating in front of the body comfortably, so that you've got just a little bit of space there. That creates a high density field and increases the power of the practice. So that's our body power. The next one is mind power. Mind power is creative visualization. And we visualize beautiful golden light in the area where we would like to experience some transformation. And if you're just doing this as a practice to stay healthy, you visualize that golden light in the lower abdomen. That's the mind power. The sound power is the mantra, and we are going to chant together greatest love, da I, greatest love, da I, D-A, capital A-I, da is greatest, I is love in Mandarin. We do a lot of our sound power in Mandarin because our teacher's first language is Mandarin, and that's how he receives all of these mantras from heaven in his own native language, and then they're translated into English. Okay, so there's the Da-I card that Lydia has put up. If you are going to trace tonight, you can either trace with your 5 fingers. Those represent the 5 elements of traditional Chinese medicine: the wood element, the fire element, the earth element, the metal element, and the water element. And when we put our hands together like this and we trace the calligraphy, we are gathering the Shen Qi Jing, the soul, heart, mind, and body, energy and matter, from the calligraphy card. The calligraphy card carries very, very high frequency. It carries a field of greatest love, which is a very, very high message. And we want to bring that message into our challenged area to transform the message that is in that area, which is not an area, a message of love. Otherwise, we wouldn't feel pain. We want to transform that to love. So what we're doing when we trace is we are connecting to the calligraphy, we're connecting to the field, and we're connecting to the message in the calligraphy. So that is the sound power is going to be Da-I, Da Quan Chu. And now we will do the soul, sorry, not Da Quan Chu, Da-I, greatest love. And now we'll do our say hello to the calligraphy card. So dear, and everything has a soul, dear the soul of the Da-I calligraphy card, greatest love. We love you, we honor you, we appreciate you. Could you please align my Shen Qi Jing with your Shen Qi Jing to bring alignment, to bring love, peace, and harmony, to bring transformation and rejuvenation for my condition. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we address our inner soul. Dear the soul of my knee, my back, my shoulder, whatever it is, my ear, I love you. Fully open yourself to receive the purest Shen Qi Jing, the purest message of greatest love from the Da-I card. You have the power to heal yourself. Do a good job. So then we begin by chanting and tracing. And we'll chant. Are you going to play any music, Lydia, or are we just going to chant?
No, we're just going to chant.
Okay, so the chant is very simple. I'm sure you've been doing with Lydia for a long time. Da-I, 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 Da-I. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages,
Purifies my heart and soul.
Da-I, Da-I, da, I, da, I, da, I, da, I, da, I, da, I. Greatest love, unconditional
Love.
love, melts all blockages, purifies my heart and soul. Da, I, 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 da, I. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. And now silently, da, I, da, and aloud, da, I, 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 da, I. And finish tracing. And how? And there's a second way of tracing that I'm sure Lydia has probably introduced you to. And it is tracing with the lower abdomen or the lower dantian. It's called Dan tracing. Have you gone through this, Lydia?
A little bit.
Okay. So what we do is we stand up. I'm going to put my chair out of the way here. And put you've got, everybody can see the card clearly. You're going to put your hands at the level of your lower abdomen with your hands out sideways like this, about this far apart. Okay. You're having your feet shoulder width apart, and you slightly bend your knees. Just make them comfortably loose bent, like as if you were just getting on your skis and you're getting ready to go for a little ski. You know, just keep them loose. And we're visualizing the golden ball in our hands, and we're going to trace with the lower abdomen. You're not tracing with your hands like this. You're directing, the hands are moving with the lower abdomen. You're imagining that you are tracing with your lower abdomen. And sometimes if you haven't done this before, people feel a little bit self-conscious. But this is the most powerful way to trace. You get many, many more times effectiveness out of tracing this way. So you just follow along the same way, tracing. And you know, it's not about tracing fast. We just really connect to those lines in the calligraphy. Each one carries the soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter of the greatest love. And love melts all blockages, all blockages. It's not love melts only some blockages and not others, or love only melts the blockages that, you know, it wants to. Love melts all blockages. And we've all experienced this in our lives, how love can really melt every blockage. You just can't argue with someone who is giving you back love, can you? It's impossible to carry on an argument with someone who is just showing you lots of love. And it just melts that situation. So the same thing with your knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, ear pain, whatever it is you're experiencing. It's just that there is not enough love, and love is an extremely high frequency. Pain is low frequency. So what we're doing in these practices at a sort of scientific level is we are generating a high frequency field in our bodies, directing it to the area that we want to transform by our creative visualization as we see the golden light pouring now out of the calligraphy and putting the beautiful, pure Shen, Qi, and Jing of love in the area of where our challenge is. So we're creating a field, a high frequency field. And high frequency it replaces the low frequency, and therefore removes the pain and the swelling and the irritation, whatever is bothering you that you want to transform this evening. So let's chant again. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Die, 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 die. Now we're going to do silently. Really connect. And you'll find that you actually get into a flow where your body almost moves with the lines of the calligraphy without having to direct it, because now you are in the field and you're in that energetic flow of greatest love. Another way to increase the frequency even more is to move your body up and down with the lines. So you see, as you go across the first line up to the L, you go up to heaven and then down to earth. And then, everywhere where it goes, the line goes down, you go down. Where the line goes up, you go up. And this connects you more to heaven and earth. Sometimes we go heaven, earth, heaven, earth, heaven, earth. And you just really connect to the energy in Mother Earth and in heaven. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Greatest love, unconditional love, melts all blockages, purifies your heart and soul. Finishing your tracing, we always finish. And we say how means perfect, get well. We want to always finish with a positive message. And now check in with what it was that you were connecting with in your body to transform whatever is being challenged today, and see if you're feeling any kind of a change one way or the other. So it's not always better, it's not always worse. It just depends on what's happening within your system. So has anybody had a change from where we started they'd like to share?
Go ahead, Sandy.
I just do my yawning constantly.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Yawning is very good. As you know, the yawning means that the energy is moving.
Yes. Yes.
The frequency is going up.
Uh,
Yeah. It's very common when we go into in-person retreats with Master Sha that for the first day or so, everybody's like this in their chair because the frequency is so high. Everybody just conks out as their frequency begins to move up to be able to resonate with the frequency that's in the room. So that's a good sign.
It happens all the time.
Oh, good. You'll get past it though, when you're doing that, don't stop and rest. Keep tracing, keep tracing, keep tracing, keep tracing through it. And then you'll move past the blockage that is creating that feeling of, I've got to sleep, I've got to rest. Just keep going, and then you'll ramp it up. Okay, we want to maintain this field of high energy, of high frequency and vibration as much as possible. That's the whole point. The whole point of all of this is to give everybody the tools to bring their frequency and vibration up high enough that they can heal what's ailing them, and they can prevent other things from affecting them.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
The inside of my ear started itching like really, really bad, and I can't do anything about it right
Ooh.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it is a good sign, but that's annoying.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what happened.
Everything has a soul, Jennifer, and you communicate with your ear. Dear my beloved ear, I love you. Please calm down. Please stop itching me. I love you. I thank you that you're healing. It just means the energy is moving in there, and it is healing things. So. but that's annoying for sure.
So it was the outside like all day. It's been or the past few days, but now it's like the inside. And it's like, oh my god, I want to itch it, but I can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, keep tracing, tracing for the itching to go away. If you don't have a card, then you can find maybe there's a book that you can refer to, or you can go actually, does everybody have a card or not?
Most
do.
people do.
Most people have a card. Okay.
Do you have a card, Jennifer?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You know where you can find a good copy of the card, Jennifer? If you go to, I just saw it today, as a matter of fact, if you go to drshaw.com, and then there's on the top, there's a little ribbon underneath the thing. It says store.
Mhm.
And you go into the store and go in products, and there's a nice big picture of a of a .I calligraphy card there that you could trace, you know, or
Yeah.
even just Google greatest love card or .I card, and there'll be images of the .I card in the Google images too.
Okay, I can do that.
And
Yeah.
Jennifer, when you want to get your own card, Helen has a couple extras. So you can get one from Helen. Yeah.
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 So the pictures, they don't have, you know, the same energy as an actual card, but it gives you the feeling of the field, and it gives you a familiarity with the way the lines go and so on. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Janice, how are you doing? Sorry, I wanted to check in.
yeah,
How's your foot doing? You're muted, beautiful lady.
oh, yeah.
I was working on my bladder because I kind of felt like I might be getting a bladder infection, but it's feeling better.
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you still having pain in your foot?
On and off, it comes and goes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how is it tonight?
It's about a 2 right now.
A 2? Okay.
Oh, good. You know, if
Okay.
you've got a card, Janice, sleep with it on your abdomen.
Oh, I don't have one.
Okay. Well, then you can, as you're going to sleep, then you can just keep your hands in the yin yang palm position over your bladder area gently and chant Da-I. Communicate. Do the invocation. Dear my
Okay.
bladder, I love you, honor you, I love you, you know, thank you for healing. You have the power to heal yourself. And dear, you know, you can ask God, you can ask anybody, the mountains, you know, whatever you like. Please help me heal or your guardian angels, you know, whatever it is that you connect to.
Okay. Thank you.
Ask them to help you heal through the night while you're sleeping. And then as you're going to sleep, chant greatest love, greatest love, greatest love heals my bladder, greatest love heals my foot, greatest love, greatest love, greatest love. You'll just fall asleep. And if you wake up in the nighttime and you got to go to the bathroom, when you lie down again, lie down, do the same thing. Greatest love heals my bladder, greatest love, greatest love, greatest love, greatest love, greatest love, or greatest light, greatest light, or just love, 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 and visualize the golden light. You'll fall back asleep again doing that. And that's giving a message.
Great. Thank you.
Do you have a book?
I just got the Mind, Body, Soul book.
Okay. Because you can keep that next to you in bed as well.
Yeah.
Because it has a field. It has a Tao field in it.
You've got
Right.
the soul, mind, body medicine?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, there's exercises near hand, far hand for bladder in there. Do them.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah.
You work like the near hand, far hand is fantastic.
Okay.
It really, you know, I mean, I've gotten rid of really bad headaches that way, and it's a fantastic technique. It really works well.
Oh, I thought Lydia was going to share and she disappeared off the screen. Maybe she lost the connection.
Now, did you want me to explain about the golden light balls you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
And also about the importance of practice. One of the reasons I invited Master Sara to come is because I realized that several of you have chronic conditions. You know, that's anything that you've had for more than 2 years. It's considered a chronic condition.
More than 6 months, actually, the new medical thing is.
More than 6 months. Oh my goodness. So, you know, I just wanted to have her explain the importance of daily practice. And I'm doing everything I can to give you those opportunities, you know, the 6 a.m. The weekend practices, of course, this practice once a week isn't enough.
Right.
You've got to do some on your own by tracing calligraphy or joining the practice. And the reason I'm suggesting the practice is because just like this one, when more of us are gathered, the field's stronger than if you do it by yourself. So Sarah will dive into that a little bit for us.
Yeah. You know, one of the sayings that Master Sha has is Tien Ren Guban. And that means Tien is heaven, Ren is human being, and Guban means share the responsibility. So when you receive the Tao Light treasures like you did on your New Year's blessing, and also we all have a love, peace, and harmony treasure that's been given to each of us. They are literally a condensed Shen Qi Jing from the Tao light balls. They are the soul, heart, energy, and matter, soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter of the Tao frequency and vibration and light. It condensed. It's a spiritual ball. And that is what then gets transmitted into your body. And it's like a light bulb in the fact that, you know, you have it now. And these are permanent treasures, by the way. It means permanent, not just for this life, but you will take these into your next lives if that's part of your belief system. So these golden light balls carry the frequency and vibration of the Tao and the message of whatever it was that was transmitted for. So we received love, forgiveness, and success at New Year's. So we have Tao love. That's pure love, because the Tao doesn't have any negative aspect. Only the negativity belongs here in the yin yang world, in the human world, in the world of duality. But in the world of the Creator, there is no negativity. And so we receive that purest light. And that helps us to start removing the negative messages, the messages of illness or of sadness or of anger or of jealousy or of worry or whatever it is that we have. It helps to remove that. It takes it to, well, it transforms it from a low frequency message to a high frequency message. But in order to do that, we have to turn it on and we have to practice. And the practice part, if you have a chronic condition, Master Sha recommends 2 to 3 hours a day. Now that might sound like a lot. And, you know, it is a substantial commitment of time. But think about how long have you been suffering and how much longer do you want to suffer? And just as an example, we have one lady in our morning class. We have a morning practice session from 9 till 10 at the Master Sha Tao Center every day. And you're all welcome to join that if you want. There is a registration fee for it, but it's every day. And pretty much everybody that joins that is suffering from some sort of chronic, even life-threatening condition. And one lady that joined our class was diagnosed with very serious cancer, lymph cancer, and other places in her body that it had traveled to. Young woman, only about 38 years old. You know, we've got 3 kids. The smallest one is 2. And she was diagnosed with this very serious and sort of spreading lymphoma cancer. Started out as a lump on her tongue, in the back of her throat or something. And she totally knows the benefits of this because her husband's one of the major healers with Master Sha and his master teachers. So she started practicing for hours a day. She was like, what's to lose? I mean, she's a young woman. She had a very, very life-threatening condition. So she quit her job and she did practice. Instead of working at work, she did 7 or 8 hours a day of practice. And her kids would come home from school. Her kids would practice. Her husband was practicing. And they all practiced together. They created this field. They've got calligraphies in their home. They created a very high density field, very, 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 very high frequency field. And by about 2 weeks ago, just at the end of December, she was cancer-free, totally cancer-free. She had cancer in the blood. She had cancer in the lymph. She had cancer in her legs. She had cancer. It was all over the place. Doctor could not understand or believe it. So she invested for, a short period of time, really 6 or 8 weeks. She invested concerted time to her practice. We have to do 50%. Heaven gives us the treasure, and then we have to do 50%. Our portion is our practice. Our 50% is our practice. That is to turn the treasure, invoke the treasures, say hello to them every day, and practice with them every day. It doesn't have to all be done in one long string. We do a foundation practice in the morning. There's a 30-minute practice then, and we do a sort of a secondary part that's not really the same kind of practice. But we do a practice in the morning at 6 o'clock. And then a lot of us are in the 9 till 10. And then there's other free events that you can join. And there's Love, Peace, and Harmony evening. And there's any number of things on Facebook. It's very easy to get 2 hours in. But the more people that join, the stronger the field, the higher the frequency, and the greater capacity to really transform more quickly. I've seen this happen. It happened for me actually this past 4 days with Master Sha. I had in early November, something happened to my leg. I don't know what it was. I like to walk. I live in an area by the ocean in Vancouver where we have a beautiful it's called the Seawall, and it's a sea walk. It's a walkway that goes the full length of my community, which is called West Vancouver. So I live fairly close to the water. Walk down the street to the Seawall. Lydia's been there, and then I walk from my little village, which is called Dunderave, over to the next sort of part of our municipality, which is another village called Ambleside. And it's about 2.5K there and 2.5K back. So I like to walk that every morning in the summertime. I don't like to walk in the when it's dark out. We've got coyotes around here, so I don't like to go out with it. I've seen coyotes and I don't like that. So I like to walk in the daylight. And now it's because we're so far north, so much more further north than you guys are. It's not daylight here till about 8:15 in the morning. And it's dark again at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a very short daylight span in Vancouver in the wintertime. So I was walking between 6 and 7 in the morning. And when the daylight stopped, I stopped walking. Well, then one day, with COVID, we're walking at home. We're working at home. And I thought, I had a lunch break. I thought it's beautiful outside. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do some walking. And I hadn't been walking for a couple of months. But I got out there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna really make up for all the lost time. And I tore down to Ambleside back. The next day I went out and all of a sudden I was limping. I was like, what on earth? Anyway, could not figure out what it was. And the doctor thought the way it was presenting, maybe it's blood clots. So I went for all these blood tests. It wasn't blood clots. So she said, okay, better to go for an X-ray, can't see anything in the X-ray. And then now you've got to go to do a CT scan, and and then you've got to go to another X-ray, and you've got to go to a circulation specialist and all this kind of stuff. Couldn't find anything. So anyway, I've been doing the practices with Master Sha. I've been doing the practices every day at 9 o'clock as well. It was getting better. But over the weekend in the field with everybody, there was 1,000 or 1,200 people this weekend. And in the very, very high frequency field doing practices with Master Sha, it's completely gone. I went for a walk with my son and my husband yesterday for quite a distance. It was fine. No limping, no nothing. I feel completely well again. So I know for my own self that this works. And so the more you can do, the better it is for you. It really, truly is. And it does not have to be a chronic condition anymore. It can be a condition that you used to have, that you no longer have, and you go into maintenance with the practices just to keep the frequency high.
Yeah, I'm gonna write all of you a prescription. I'm going to write you a prescription of practice and the 4 power techniques for your specific request. And I'll give you some of the different practice sessions that you can join, those that are complimentary, that don't have a fee, like the 6 a.m. and those that do. I'll give you the link to register so that you can put together, or I'll put together with you a prescription. I want to call it a prescription, you know, and the funny thing is on the weekend, Crystal was there too. And I know we're almost at the end, but I wanted Crystal to share a little bit because she was on the weekend retreat. They were talking about, and one of the ways to look at this is when you go to a doctor and they give you a prescription, you have to take the medicine, right? You have to take the medicine until it's done in order to get a result. Or if you go to a physical therapist and they give you exercises to do at home, you have to do the exercises at home in order to get the result. And it's the same thing with this. We have to keep practicing in the field so we can keep raising the frequency and vibration. That's the prescription, the Tao light frequency and vibration to bring into our energy field. And I love what they said about it on the weekend. One of the master teachers was saying that, you know, when you get medicine, you know, they give high blood pressure medicine, for instance, to everybody, or diabetes medicine to everybody. And it's the same medicine for everybody, but everybody's not the same. Everybody's a little bit different, right? But it's just kind of like one size fits all. But when you're in the Tao field and you bring that Tao frequency in, it's specific to your energy. It merges with your energy. So it's like really customized, and there's no side effects. There's no side effects to it like there is with prescription medicine. So I'm really excited to put that together for you. It's kind of like, you know, I'm always learning, I'm always asking. I actually conferred with Master Sara on a specific person, but always learning what I can do to help you guys. And so one of the things I learned was to give you a specific, detailed practice for your specific request. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to email that to you all. Anybody have any questions before
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yes.
So does watching and doing some of these repeats, like the YouTube, does that count as a practice?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chanting, just chanting while you're walking. You know, you could be going out for a walk, or going grocery shopping, or cooking dinner, or whatever you do. You can, in your mind, you can visualize the golden light in the area where you need. You could be standing at the sink doing the dinner dishes, and visualizing the golden light in your bladder and chanting I silently, and no one needs to know you're doing a spiritual practice.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can be practicing all the time.
Yeah. Crystal, do you want to, and you know, Love, Peace, and Harmony is another great way to practice. Do you have it on your phone, Janice? Did you download it? Yeah, just play that. Play that at night specifically too, for your bladder. Yeah, Master Shah's really been emphasizing Love, Peace, and Harmony because it's the same high frequency and vibration as the calligraphy fields.
Yeah.
So, Crystal, I wanted to ask you to give us a 1 minute, 2 minute share of how you enjoyed the weekend.
Okay. So the more I practice, I feel like I'm becoming more connected with the Tao. So it is really important to keep practicing. And the workshop, I learned so much. The energy was very powerful. I could feel like a vibration, like the how Master Shah would go, like you could just feel it, especially when he was tracing the calligraphy. It's really hard to explain all the feelings, but it's something everyone should experience. Like the saying, if you want to know if the pear is sweet, taste it. But the most amazing thing I'll say for everyone is that we all have the power to heal within, starting with your soul. And it just feels really good knowing that. So this workshop helped me understand more, and yeah, I'm very grateful.
Well, that's exactly Master Shah's whole life work, is to give everyone that he possibly can the tools to heal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to keep practicing.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Crystal. Does anybody have anything else they want to share or comment before we close? Thank you all for being here. I love you all.
Thank you
Text
for
me.
inviting me, Lydia.
Yes,
thank you all. It was
thank
lovely
you.
to meet you all. And
Yes.
of course, you're all welcome to join us at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning if you'd like as well. So
Yeah, you all have that link, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've all been on there. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Master Sarah and everyone, and we'll see you soon. And I'll be sending you an email. Like I'm not sending you enough emails. Are you getting too many emails? Not yet? Okay, I tried to clean up my email list, but nobody declined. So I must not be inundating anybody too much. So, all right.
thank you all so much.
Thank you. Love you all. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon. You're staying on, Crystal. Let me end the recording.